started to go out teaching on the road, which I started to do after our hospital closed down, I wondered, what did I have to offer? And as amazing as it might sound, I realize most people do not really have love strategies. Of course, I mentioned earlier that no public school in the world teaches the intelligence of loving 1 hour in 13 years. So it would make sense that strategies of loving might not be part of the conversation, where, a lot of times people say, oh, they're not friendly, rather than directly going to a strategy that they would find the friendliness. That I think a lot of people, they might have an interaction, and if that interaction doesn't have the result they want, they felt the compatibility wasn't there, rather than trying another strategy. I had a great mother, and I know she made a lot of who I am. And she never talked about love strategies, but she would go from one loving style to another until whatever needed to happen would happen. And I have 2 children, and when they're particularly very young and driving you crazy, I understood that if I wasn't loving, I understood beating the children, because they can push you to that level if you are not prepared. And so many parents aren't prepared. They call it the terrible twos, when the child becomes personally assertive, and instead of having strategies for what to do, you try your thing, the thing doesn't work, and you say, if you don't stop that right now, I'm going to whip you. I've heard it in grocery stores, I've heard it all over. It was never my mother's strategy. So, for fun, play with strategies for loving. So you can be on a bus, decide to sit next to someone and see how close you can get. Try it in the grocery store line. Everywhere you go, there are strategies that can make you really glad you were there with that person. And then the world is yours because it's full of people. And as your love strategies become developed, you'll see you can actually start with the idea that a stranger is a friend until proven otherwise. That was one of the strategies I liked. That it wasn't they had to do 10 things and fill these particular roles and then you can call them friend. But why not say they're friends until they show something unfriendly? So get a little notebook, and after you have 100 different love strategies, check them out and make sure you're using them all. You'll like it. It's a laboratory. And in my experience, if you're aware of the vibrations in the experience, you will get closer to humanity. It's my favorite thing to love is another person. And however much you love that person, this new person is their richness. Go to it. Go out there and love.